The Ukrainian army is not slowing down. The offensive along the Dnieper River in the south of the country, which led to the breakthrough at the front and the liberation of a dozen localities, ended successfully. Fierce fighting continues in many areas of the front, but the prospect of these hostilities is obvious. More and more occupiers are trying to flee. The enemy's army is suffering more and more losses, and the belief is growing that Russia has made a mistake by starting a war with Ukraine. Positive news is also coming from the east. Since Sunday, Ukrainian soldiers have been controlling the city of Liman, which is strategic from the Russians' point of view. We acquired these vehicles in Liman. It is a Russian transporter. It will serve in our army from now on. The Russians are trying to base the defense line in the east against the city of Swatovo to stop the expected Ukrainian attack towards Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. When we liberate more towns, I'm in a good mood. Of course, I get depressed sometimes because we are suffering losses and my colleagues are injured, but overall I am keen to fight. As part of retaliation, the Russians continued attacks against civilians. Over the last 24 hours, S-300 missiles fell, among others, on the Kharkov electrical substation. As a result of the attack, 46-year-old electrician Natalia Shevchenko died. She told me she was afraid. How could a woman work alone under such conditions? It was forbidden to turn on the lights. She had to work in the dark. It was mentally difficult, but she never refused the night shift. Russian missiles also fell on Kramatorsk, this time without casualty. They both slept. At one point, the husband realized that his wife was covered with rubble. He barely saved her. Fortunately, she was breathing. In the face of increasing military failures, the Kremlin is trying at all costs to distort reality. Yesterday, the State Duma approved the annexation of 4 Ukrainian oblasts. The goals of the military special operation will undoubtedly be achieved. The president made a decision, and we witnessed it, to sign the documents under which the Luhansk People's Republic, the Donetsk People's Republic, and the Zaporizhia and Kherson oblasts were joined. Now the decision is in your hands. Interestingly, there were more votes in favor than deputies in the room. The Russian senators also had no doubts about the annexation. The decision was made unanimously. However, the Kremlin's point of view is not shared by the rest of the democratic world.
The illegal referenda that Russia held in Ukraine and the purported annexations of Ukrainian territory by force are a violation of the UN Charter and international law. They change nothing about the status and borders of Ukraine.
Elon Musk tweeted his proposal to conclude peace. Tesla's owner suggested that Crimea should remain Russian and that re-elections be held in the annexed regions under United Nations supervision. His initiative was coldly received by Ukrainian society.
I want peace.
We want peace, but we will not achieve lasting peace in the region without justice. Russians have enjoyed impunity for decades, making them think they can do whatever they want. We must bring Putin and the other war criminals to justice.
That's how to achieve.
Vladimir Putin is responsible for the immense suffering of Ukrainian civilians, those who died as a result of barbaric rocket attacks, as well as those murdered in mass graves. He is responsible for each subsequent soldier killed on the battlefield, including the defeat of his own army.